we're going to follow with my cup of tea. Oh, I can't even hold it properly. There we go. Down to the arena.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please do feel free to come down towards the brick wall. Some of our soldiers will be going through the manual of arms. This was the way in which the soldiers were taught to operate their arms, to march around and to bring them to bear on the enemy. Do watch out, it is quite a steep slope. Now you may be wondering why so many different poses to carry a musket. Perhaps have a look around the camps later and ask to hold one of them. They're quite weighty. On long marches, it allows the soldiers to redistribute the weights as they march. Not get too fatigued.
There could be a black thing.
Shoulder, arms. Load.
So, loading a muzzle loading rifle is quite a complicated process. The soldiers need to grab a cartridge from their cartridge box, tear it to the top, pour the paper, or the contents of the paper cartridge, down the musket. They can then put the ball down. We're not putting balls down today. Then they have to ram, charge home, and then the final step before you're ready to fire is put a percussion cap on the nipple right above the trigger. That's the source of ignition. And when they're ready, they're standing with the musket at their shoulder, waiting for where it's marked. It can be quite a tricky process to do, but a good soldier should be able to accomplish the task of loading within about aiming for around 3 rounds a minute.
Section, ready. Aim. Fire. Reload.
So, there we have an example of volley fire, trying to mass all the fire of a regiment at a single target. This would be used at quite long range and as a very controlled way of firing to bring fire upon the enemy. Being rifled muskets, these have a range 2-3 times that of smoothbore muskets. A smoothbore musket, you're looking at around 50 metres.
Firing by rank. Rear rank, ready. Aim. Fire. Shoulder, arms. Front rank. Aim. Fire. Shoulder,
rifle muskets, you have a range
Right.
of about 250 metres under battlefield conditions. So this massively increases the engagement range of the battle, and why you see such proportionally higher casualties amongst both sides. So we're just capping off right now.
Aim. Fire. Prepare to order on. Prepare to open order. Open order. March.
So now while the soldiers are just confirming that their weapons are clear, in a moment the soldiers will be breaking out to show you some of their pieces of kit. So, at the start of the Civil War, in 1861, the Union Army was relatively small. You're looking at about 10,000 soldiers, and they were dressed in a relatively modest fashion. So, could the gentleman of the 19th Indiana step forward? Okay, brilliant. So, early war soldiers tended to wear nice long blue frock coats, hardy hats, and dark blue, later sky blue trousers. Now, these were largely borrowed or inspired by the French, who were recently successful in wars in Europe. So it was much more simplified for the reasons of cost, and also the American military wanted a far more pared back citizen army. Some of the soldiers improvised various means to carry their own extra bits of equipment. Some Harris, step forward. Some of them would roll all their blankets into bedrolls and sling them over their shoulders. To show off your nice new backpacks. So, fully loaded for a nice route march, we have Private Brigade with a knapsack that's got two sets of bags in, one for the blankets and the greatcoat, another for other necessaries. And on the tip you can see the ever important canteen. Thank you very much. Now, at the start of the war, some states started issuing their militias their own specific uniforms, nice short jackets that were very fashionable. Some Morris. So here we have the example from New York, a nice short shell jacket that was relatively easy to move in, and later also quite popular with the Confederates. However, most Union soldiers throughout the war were equipped with sack coats or fatigue blouses, so relatively short coat, very simple, only 4 buttons. It's only also relatively thin, relatively easy to move in, quite loose. Where you start to see loose-fitting clothing becoming the norm in the military. And say, originally they were designed for fatigue purposes, for digging latrines, for doing manual tasks. Need a nice smart uniform ready for combat. So it wasn't just the uniforms that were borrowed from the French. Sergeant Smith, your swording. So, a lot of the swords on both sides were very heavily inspired by the French. The swords the guards you see are very typical of French swords of the 1820s that were just copied over, though with English blades mounted. So another interesting thing though, with our sergeant over here, is he has a little, what looks like a sheriff's shield of later years. He's a provost. His job is to keep order within the Union camp. Particularly down in the south, there were quite a few tendencies for Union soldiers to disappear and go off and do naughty things. That's where this is. Keep the Union soldiers in mind. In terms of small arms, again we have a bit of a variety. Private Cox, we're trying to show off your 1842 Springfield. So this was one of the early concussion cap firearms. It's a very big ball weapon. You're looking at .68 caliber, and they tend to fire a single large ball with three smaller balls, buck and ball. They were also ordered with extra thick barrels, should, in a later case, the Union Army want to bore those out to be rifles. Quite heavy. Yeah, quite weighty thing. And also somewhat outdated by the start of the American Civil War, but still in service. Now for the most widely used firearm of the American Civil War, the 1853 Springfield. Those of you with Springfield, would you show them? So, these were an import from Britain. Britain had made lots of these to fight both the Crimean War against the Russians and then also to deal with the Indian Mutiny. It had quite a few of them left lying around, and it made economical sense to sell them to the Americans. Again, this is a rifle musket, and considered one of the most widely used during the 19th century. On the field, we also have our drummer. Drummers had these rather snazzy lines of braid across their uniform, so they could be easily identified. The purpose of drummers was to send orders. There was a drum call to march, keep everyone in step. There was a drum call for inspiring. There was a way of communicating. Bugles were also similarly very important. We also have our fire back, showing off our cold weather gear. Now this was a large great with a line of buttons down the front and a big cape to help keep the rain off. Or, if your head gets too cold, from the elements.
Catherine doing a catwalk.
In your own time, Private.
Excellent. That is largely the uniform equipment of the soldiers. Now, one thing that was common to them would be their leather gear, carry their ammunition, and also their caps. They'd also carry a bread bag. So those would be responsible for carrying about 3 days' worth of rations. And after a while, particularly marching out in the sun, they could get rather pungent.
You didn't hear that.
Firing by rank, rear rank, ready!
Open your mouth, baby, because it's going to be loud.
Aim! Fire!
Good boy, well done. Good boy.
Ready!
Oh, ready.
Aim! Fire!
Yeah, face this way.
Right shoulder shift. On.
Sound like the drum. Hi.